Hi, I'm William Crozier. I'm a second year at UVM, and this is my fourth semester doing HEMA, which is Historical European Martial Arts, which is also called Historical Fencing. Essentially, we go over old European manuals and do sword fencing from these manuals. I got started in historical fencing because I saw it at the club fair. Actually, I saw a man at a table with swords and I said, that looks awesome, and just went up from there. My favorite part about HEMA is the people I meet. There's just a lot of awesome people you meet throughout the community, just really friendly people. My least favorite part is the expenses with the clubs, as well as the damage that comes to the gear. On my rapier here, there's quite a few burrs which are just impossible to take out once they get this deep, so the blades kind of just get destroyed over time. Many of these cost about $250 minimum, so that's very hard, especially since you're going through a lot of gear for a lot of money. This is the longsword. It's what our club primarily focuses on. They're not usually this dark. This was a preference of mine. It's, as you can see, a long sword, as in the name. They're pretty hefty and they flex for safety. Doesn't look as flexible as it really is, but when that's coming at you real fast, that's very flexible. They've got very thick edges as to make sure you can't cut with these, but it will cut paper if you swing it at a very thin sheet of paper. This is a rapier. A personal favorite of mine. Very thin blades, much thinner than the longsword, but they also come longer than many longswords. There's supposed to be a rubber tip on this one, but mine is broken, so I haven't been able to use it recently. But these are very heavy and one-handed swords. This is a saber. Right here I've got my name engraved on it with some chemical etching. These are a very popular one. We don't train this as much as longsword, but very popular slashing weapon, also one-handed and very, very burred, because these take a lot of abuse because we hit hard with these. Classic fencing helmet. They're actually pretty much the same as a Olympic sport fencing mask, except I decided to paint a Lego man on it, which has made quite a few fencers giggle while fighting me. But it also comes with this back of the head padded protection to ensure that nobody gets a concussion from an accidental hit to the back of the head. This is a fencing jacket for historical fencing. It is actually rated at 800 Newton stab proof. There was actually an incident where a fetter broke and went through a fencer, so we developed jackets to make sure that if it did break, there's very unlikely that it'll go through a fencer. These are also very, very padded to make sure all that blunt force doesn't, break a bone. It still bruises quite a bit. I have quite a few bruises from just normal hits on these, but not much you can do about it. Coming up, we have a tournament on the 28th of April, which is Legend of the Lake, which we're doing yearly now. Last year it was really fun because the club all got together as a group before the tournament, and we set it up completely, tape out the rings, put up the tables, and stuff like that. And it's just really fun hanging out with all of our club mates and putting together something, and then getting people. We get people from Canada, we get people from all over the US coming up to all come together, hang out, fence a bunch. It's just a really fun event of just you get to do a lot of sword fighting and meet a lot of new people, and just really fun.